procrastinators. This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, still with this horrible, squeaky voice, hoarse voice of mine. I wish I could just burn it all up. I did everything. I tried to do everything to get rid of this, but still, it don't want to go away. Hopefully, a good night's sleep will get rid of this as soon as I hit the hay after I make this review video. Because yeah, Monday Night Raw did came on tonight, and it was a very super terrific episode. I'll say probably not that it's the greatest or like some kind of a pay-per-view worthy event, but it didn't have to be. But it still felt like if it didn't left USA, but it was so easy to watch it on the streaming service. You just click it right on there, and it did not give me any issues like YouTube TV would normally give me, like some of the minor bugs and whatnot. But yeah, we got so many good matches. We saw like more action with what's his name, Penta El Ziedo Miedo, like with him, like just keep continuing to understand the style of WWE week by week by week, even though he only been in WWE for like a good week. But we also saw some really good women's action, probably for Rhea Ripley's women's championship match, which I'm gonna talk about in just a moment. Because we're gonna be talking about because they showed her in the beginning of the show, but I'm gonna get into that after I get done with everything else. And this is what we also saw a pretty, solidifying great main event between Drew and Seth Rollins, even though we saw them battle it out like about thousands of times ever since they started the rivalry, ever since Drew McIntyre came back to WWE. And we saw WWE did it again with them only being on for 2 hours and a half, even though it stayed on for a good few minutes, like 4 minutes after the 2 hour and 30 minute mark, and much more. But we're gonna get started with the show, advertising itself, and they're live in Dallas, Texas, and they even gave a couple of shout out mentions about TNA happened to be in the same state that they're in, except in a different town. But this is where we got Rhea Ripley came in the building, like they normally show when they hype things up, including with Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins being shown on the end of them come in the building, and CM Punk did the same. But yeah, once we saw Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax came in and came out of nowhere and attacked the poor Eradicator and whack her back first right into the locker room. Not locker room, but I'm talking about right into this very, metal wall, which I never saw in my life. This is where Nia Jax repeated hip attacks right into Rhea Ripley, which luckily we got the security, and Adam Pearce came in. They're like, get her out of here and make sure she stay away from Rhea. And this is where Rhea Ripley was barely getting up with Adam Pearce sort of helping her out. It's where Rhea Ripley's like, I'm gonna get you, Nia. And let's just say this won't be the last time we will see these two girls. But this is where they showed that Wade Barrett is the replacement of Pat McAfee, like we talked about in the wrestling news, because Pat McAfee has some working duties for the NCAA's championship, for him being a special commentator on the show. But yeah, this is where we got main event. Jey Uso came out with everybody that came out to the ring, to everybody's excitement, with them doing the heat wave along with him, with him saying, it's me, he was with him, giving him wave of high fives, along with him getting into the ring as soon as he got down from the audience. It's where he eventually got in the ring with him doing a little bit more of the heat wave. That's where we got. This where it is like Dallas, Texas, your main event, Yeet Master is in your city. And then this where they start cheering yeah, that's what we came here to see, along with others. But this where That's why then Vince said along with him while he said that. That's where then he got the business on why he was out here. That's where while he was talking, they start chanting yeet like if it's one chance. But I guess this better, which I believe that even the Olympic gold medalist himself, Kurt Angle, will probably say, like, at least it's not the what's that they used to chant, which that almost ruined my not only my career but my life as well. But it's where we got Jey Uso stated that he will be going after Gunther this Saturday and capturing the World Heavyweight Championship. But probably like 5 seconds later, after he said that, is where we got Gunther came out like and said, and look at him and think otherwise. So that's why I came out here. And yeah, and also he understands the rule in professional wrestling on page 1408 is where Gunther was like you really think you're gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship when the fans are taking heat? And that's what and that's what, man. Again, don't take this personal. Don't think I'm saying this to be insulting. Like, but let me tell you, like we both know that's not gonna happen this Saturday. It's like you really think you're gonna be like you look me in the eye, you look every morning like you battle yourself. And this was like, you know what the thing is? Like I really believe I got almost looking forward on Saturday night's main event, like to get in the ring and then square off. Like if it wasn't for me, because me, like personally, I want you to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And out of character moment. But this way then was like, but the word that we got, he was like I really want to see you actually prove that you are the main event game master that everybody like until today. Like when I saw you walking right up here and pretending like our conversation last week like never happened. Like I saw you walk out there like what, and even though this was part 2 of last week's segment, like with them just keep doing segments and not really putting them in matches. But you gotta understand, like when it comes to them talking on the microphone, they know how to speak. So I would give this a pass and say like this, like it don't even matter. Like as long as they're telling the story here, like of getting Jey Uso over, potentially being a world heavyweight champion. Like so that's what the whole thing is. What the reason why we're having him like this matchup. That's where we got. That's what Gunter's like. And you're acting like. Anyways, that's what Gunter's like. You're acting like a complete like comedic mascot for everybody around here in this building. He's like it real life don't even matter because I might as well get jealous by Jimmy Uso. Well, even though he did not, even though he it's what it's like, even though he didn't hit the knife edge chop or a middle drop kick or a power bomb that looks so similar to his or something like that. Or like he might as well get jealous if he does do those maneuvers, but luckily he's not going to do that because he didn't either of those. But that's where we got Jey Uso's like yo, gun, like. That's what Gunter's like, oh, well, like, what were you actually going to say? Like, it doesn't matter what you say. Taking the page out of his cousin's playbook by saying that phrase, saying it doesn't matter what you were about to say, which I hope that the final boss didn't took this personal, or else he would probably challenge him into a fight, whether if it's official or not. But that's where we got Tim. Gunter's like, look at me while I'm talking. Like, look, like your idol. Like you're not better than yourself. I can tell your cousin whistle, and you cousin come out there. I can tell Sammy needs you, and you show up. Like I tell Jimmy, you show up. Like it's like you Cody, you need you, and you always show up. Like you're just, you're nothing but the lackey. What's your point about? It's like you're nothing but a useful idiot, and it's like and you already know that. And this is where the Gunter then also continues like, Jay, like look at me while I'm talking. Like the words, like and your actions, I do not align. And mine, I actually do. And it is where the Gunter's like in this World Heavyweight Championship, like but he said, like, on Saturday, like this with Pan, like, in that, you no business, right? Like, everything you say is no lie. Like, I am the mascot. Like, but this crowd is my team. When the fans start eating and cheering, they're loud as hell. Yeah, it, Jay. This was, yeah, this is my squad. The fans start chanting the Yeats when he's like, and they ride with me, slide with me, and on Saturday, they're going to be with me when I beat you for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oops. That's where fans are saying, yay. Like if it's the new What Chance, but it's kind of more better because wrestlers like Kurt Angle must be giving it improvements, like, for it to be a phrase to use. That's what they use. So like, yeah, like, Gunther, like, you are gonna respect me though. Like, you're gonna put more respect on my name. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's the one thing that's gonna be on tonight's or not tonight, that's the one thing that's gonna be on this Saturday night's main event. Like, there's gonna be respect that's gonna be on that night. That's what Jay Uso like it. And then what? And this was like, and that man's gonna be that world heavyweight champion who's gonna walk out of San Antonio with that championship, and it's gonna be the man that main evented WrestleMania, and that is not you. And I'm like, damn, like, he really just roasted him onto that line. Like, I think that's true because he didn't need a major world championship to main event Mania. But this word we got Gunther that came in and attacks the ring. I mean, this original attacks Jey Uso right in the middle of the ring, start stomping on it. This was like some forearm strikes, start stomping on it. This where they Gunther. They're trying to grab on those, also grab on and jump right on top, so hit him with fists like boom, 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 left, right, left. And that's where Gunther trying to go for, trying to pick him up and trying to hit him with what they call the Austrian crab. But this is where we got the Jey Uso stopped him. This is where start hitting him with some strike right to the upper right side. This is where got to push him right off him. This is where Jey Uso hits a heat super kick right across his face. I'm like, yeah, like, I guess it confirms things that who's gonna be winning and walking out of San Antonio, Texas for the World Heavyweight Champion. I hope I don't offend the Reign General Gunther for saying this. It's the man that didn't main event in WrestleMania. And this thing, it put icing on the go-home cake. This is where Jey Uso lifted up the World Heavyweight Championship to kind of our hopes of that, like, of any chances that Jey Uso will have. I mean, you never know. Like, Jey Uso possibly could win the World Championship. But this looks like they're about to do a part 2 of their brawl. But this is where once Gunther got close to his world championship, he stepped right down. Fans started booing like, oh yeah, boo, of course you're gonna do that. This is where Jey Uso was like, yeah, like, you already know. But it's because they were backstage. But who do you think's gonna win the World Heavyweight Championship this Saturday on Saturday night's main event? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But this is where we got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods like, hey, I get our man, like, what's up? And this where the JBL like, yeah, what's up, you guys? This where they give up. This where Xavier Woods host them up down there. Kofi Mania, Kofi Kingston. This where they're like, yeah, it's John Bradley. He's like, and it's all, and like, in there, you're gonna be a special guest. Start kissing the rear end of the, or even $50, but not $2. We got the, like, once you had to leave a tag team, like, dead weight, like, but what you did, like, when you had to and pushed up, you had to come out the great success in your career. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Even though, like, it was the person that I do like of JBL, but like, I gotta admit, he had such a Hall of Fame level career, like, with a run that he had with a very memorable character, along with him being like outside of the APA, like, he managed to what's that called? Like, managed to bring up. He managed to bring an impact into this, bring out an impact into his career by being this evil businessman back to the segment. This is where we got JBL like, yeah, I don't really blame you guys, like, for ditching Biggie with him all that big muscle that personal stuff. Like, yeah, like, now that you ditched him. Like now y'all finally get y'all finally being showing that how y'all can be a much greater star than that. And that's where then Cody Kingston was like, yeah, sure, I sure you think you do about us. Like in a sarcastic manner. That's where they scared. He gave him that frown face. So like, yeah, you think that's how it is. Like you too. Like you think that about us. Like you too. Like yeah, you went soft on it. That's where Jay was hilarious. Like sarcastically said like hat that he had, which I think he thinks it's horrible. It is the same color of a thing that you probably do not want to hear. I say probably do not want to be compared to, I should say. Like that is the ice cold refreshing beverage of the initial, which it is sugar honey iced tea, which you all know what that initial is. But that's where the JBL hilariously asked, can he still keep the $2? But that's where they didn't answer that because they're already long gone. But let me know in the comment section right down below what's your thoughts onto that matter. But this is where we got. But that's where then we got But that's we got Rey Mysterio that came out to the ring because he has his match against Kofi Kingston. And then it was hyped up that the New Day were going to be hyped up, even though it wasn't the two of them in a match per se, like in a tag team match, or well, in this case, a 2-on-1 handicap match, because it kind of hyped it up like if this was the case because they had some beef with Rey Mysterio. But this is where we move. But moving on, we got the match. But before we do get the match, with the fans, with the music start playing. But this is where Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston did not want to hear that music. Did I turn off that garbage? I thought we already told you we don't want to come out. We got horrible music because it's a reminder of our failures. Like all this lighting and the sparks and the lasers and stuff. That's all dead to us. Oh, before I get into that, I forgot to tell you that Bayley was in a backstage interview with Bayley. With the announcement that the transfer window, like with the transfer window, the rumors were true that Bayley is going to be indeed going to be officially a Monday Night Raw star. All thanks to the transfer window with Brayton. This is what I was thinking. Like, okay, if Bayley's going to be on Raw, like who did WWE traded to SmackDown for her? Well, we're going to probably figure that out Friday on SmackDown. But let me know in the comments down below in advance. But this is where we got Bayley to point out that this was the original home. Like ever since she got called up to the main roster in WWE from NXT, I was like, gee, and what's her name? And it's Bayley did that. She gonna win the Royal Rumble. And she could go after Tiffany Stratton if she could go because she already seen what she did last year, and she could pull a Cody, a Hulk Hogan, and a Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin and win a Royal Rumble by winning this year's Rumble of 2025 and go after for the women's championship that she was chasing after a year ago. And she won by defeating Neo. But this is where we got Nia Jax came in like, no, Tiffany's gonna be mine, and Rhea's also gonna be mine. And this where Nia Jax. And if you don't heed my warning, well, you should ask Rhea what I did to her when she didn't do so for me. And that's where the Bayley was like, oh yeah, I seen what you did to Rhea right there. Like, and if I'd like to see you trying to do that with me, like because the tight end of the 49ers taught me some tricks on how to protect myself. But that's where we got JBL was the special guest commentator that came out with Wade Barrett. That went out to be a special guest commentator for Wade Barrett and Michael Cole. That's where we got Mason Taylor, the professional bull rider, like was out there in attendance. And yeah, give a shout out to him, and also a shout out to John Bradshaw, Rayfield. But this is where they show also. This is where they also show another professional bull rider, Matt West as well. But this is where we got that's where we got that. The New Day eventually came out. Let me resume what I was saying before. I talk about what has happened with Bailey and Nia Jax, which by the way, they're going to be going on to a one-on-one match, which I think they deserve the silver spot of the night, almost the golden trophy. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you think it's getting the golden or the silver, like between the two, which is likely for the women's world championship, like for a later date, which I'm gonna get into right into the moment. But that's where we got, or the minute, I should say. But that's where I know there's gonna be some changes around it for the New Day, saying from Woods and Kofi. That's where Kofi was like, I'm getting kind of pissed off about this. Was you saying that we suck? Like I remember y'all used to say this 10 years ago, but I'm gonna let you know we do not suck. Like y'all pissing me off much more than y'all piss off Kurt Angle by saying what? No, that horrible what chance. But that's where the New Day claim that they're walking Hall of Famer, like not like that fraud right beside Wade and Michael, which was JBL to a point that this was, you know what, JBL, give it back my $2. This was crap. That's what it said you deserve it. That's where JBL's like, fine with me. Like I had plenty of people buy me higher number money than before. So that's no bother. That's where the Woods is like Ray's not gonna defeat the one Kofi Kingston. I'm like, yeah, like if he's anything special at this time, that's where the Xavier Woods trying to make the fan say New Day rock, but it was not working. It was not, like, yeah, it was not worth even saying which he stopped. But it's where I got the match started, which I would say I'll give the blue ribbon, not trying to disrespect the match, but it's just that we had other matches that were just a bit better. So I would say I have to give it the fourth place blue ribbon of the night. Actually, yeah, the blue ribbon. But these guys show that these guys never left the step, even though that they're both 40 and 50 respectively. Like it does not even matter. It's like what everybody's saying in the wrestling business. Age is nothing but a number. But anyways, this is where we got the masked underdog going one-on-one, trying to grapple with Kofi Kingston, with him rapping, with that wrist locking on Kofi. But this is where Kofi started trying to count out of the camera line. This is where it goes for a wrist lock. This is where we got Michael Cole hilariously pointed out like to JBL that was getting pissed off about him. About everything about the mask. It's always like a locker room should not be led by a man that wears a mask. It is where Michael Cole's like, are you mad at the fact that Rey Mysterio retired you 16 years ago, or almost like 15 and a half back in 2009 at WrestleMania 25, which that had me dying with laughter. That's where JBL tried to deny it effort. It's like, no, like that's. This is where it was like I was at a high temperature of and I was not like eligible to wrestle at night, and I should have had the night off. Like, yeah, but they still had me wrestle. That's what he made an excuse about why Rey Mysterio did beat him. But this is where we got Kofi Kingston was winning, like after hitting the slide and the shoulder tackle right onto the Master Luchador. This word then he went right to the left side. This word then Rey Mysterio outsmarted him, hit a flying head scissor right onto the former WWE champion. This is where Rey Mysterio drop kicked the dreadlock dynamo. This is where he goes right to the top corner side. This is where I go to 619. This is where Kofi Kingston rolled right out of the ring. But this is where Rey Mysterio's like, okay, you got out, but let's see if you can get off of this. But it's where he gets tripped right over, face first, right onto the apron at the bottom corner side. But this is where we got. But this is where we got Kofi Kingston throws Rey Mysterio back in the ring. This is where fans start using the inappropriate word, calling him an asshole. Like, yeah, I'd say that because it was uncensored. But I hope I don't sound offensive for saying that. But I'm thinking that using the swear word's okay when it's not. I'm just saying because it's on the show that's saying, I apologize for those young viewers that and for families that are watching this podcast video, but that's what they were chanting the Kofi Kingston. But that's where they threw Rey Mysterio right into the bottom right side. But that's where Rey Mysterio countered through him, and he gets kicked right to the face. That's where we got Kofi Kingston trying to go over the top rope. He hits an insecurity though. That's where we spear him right to the midsection, hit a sunset flip, trying to grab him, trying to powerbomb him. That's where Kofi Kingston hit him with a right hand. That's where we got. That's where we try to go for a power bomb. But that's where then we got. But that's where Rey Mysterio countered. But that's where we got. But that's where I started stomping him right to the midsection, right in the gut. That's where then. Kofi Kingston, you see that fraud, Hall of Fame fraud, just like this other Hall of Fame fraud. And this where JBL, like, I don't know what I did for y'all hate me. I got trying to compliment, and even throw that to the commentator, which I was agreeing, like, what did he say to Principal? Like, oh, that's right, because he mentioned Big E. But he was saying, like he was pointing out the facts that everybody was cheering for Big E more than y'all, and it was a brilliant idea for y'all to turn him or to kick him to the curb again and try to do y'all's own thing and try to have the fans recognize y'all. But this is where we got Kofi Kingston picks him up. This is where the fans are saying Kofi sucks. And I would say I have to totally agree with the fans for doing that to my boy Big E for saying that he abandoned him when he didn't, when he had to have some neck fusion surgeries that needs to be done in order for him to get back into the squared circle. But this is where we got Rey Mysterio counted out of a powerbomb that Kofi was trying to do right out the symbol of the steel steps. That's where Rey Mysterio countered through him instead. That's where Michael Cole was like, oh my God, that's where we got the powerful force in all of professional wrestling. But the difference is, it was kind of like a streaming service commercial break rather than the normal, like, what they call break, rather than a TV break, like if it was still on USA Network. But at first, like it was like that. It was like the USA Network. I think that's the only thing that made it look that showed a sign that they're no longer in the USA. The USA, not the country, the channel, USA Network. But it's where we got. That's where we got. Once they got the advert, that's where we got. Rey Mysterio was still in control, which I think even the powerful force, it has a lot of respect. And it must have been a fan favorite of Rey Mysterio because he did not allow him to get overpowered by Kofi Kingston. But this is where we got. This is where we got Rey Mysterio. He tried to go up to the top rope, but Kofi Kingston tried to go for a suplex right off the top ropes. But this is where we got the suplex. But this is where we got. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. This is where we got. This is where we got. What's his name? This is where we got Rey Mysterio go for a suplex. Mysterio out of the way. Rey Mysterio. My son's up here. Rey gets denied by 2.6. Oh God. Rey Mysterio went right to the bottom of that side. He went right to my hand, right into the face. Here's what we got. Here's what the referee got to stop Rey Mysterio from getting disqualified because they were overly trying to punch the hell out of Kofi Kingston. This is where Kofi fall right back. Here's the crossbody. But before he hits that maneuver, he pokes Rey Mysterio right in the eye. Of course, he would do that, considering his gimmick. There you go for a crossbody. That's over a pin. The Rey Mysterio could go at 2.2, if I'm mistaken. But that was not Kofi Kingston. That's why the fans will not stop chanting, New Day sucks. Which was continuing to get on their last nerve. That's why Xavier was to argue with a fan that looked exactly like Jey Uso, even wearing his accessories and everything else. That's why Kofi tried to dive on the Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio dives out of the way, hits a Hurricane Rana, try to go for a 619. But this is where we got Jamie Hill. Start rooting for Kofi Kingston, even though he started talking trash on him. Have a grievance. Excuse me. But they still have grievances with the mass underdog. This is where we got Xavier Woods trip over Rey Mysterio right to the left side. This is what the referee saw this. He was like, This is where he's like, I had enough of your shenanigans, young man. And he was like, get out of here. This is where he pointed out the door. But this is where I got Kofi Kingston trying to attack what's his name? We're trying to attack Rey Mysterio, trying to go over German suplex. But this is where he gets countered again. Wheelbarrow Hurricane Rana right into the left side. Get hit with a 619. Kofi Kingston got the knees up. We try to go for the springboard frog splash. Once Kofi Kingston tried to go for it, he only get denied at 2.5 count. Like a generic quarterback calling the shots. Where we got Kofi Kingston and here's where he tried to pick up Rey Mysterio, but that's where he caught him with the inside cradle, which is sort of the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling. And he got him 1, 2, 3. But once Rey Mysterio thought he was scot-free with victory, this is where we got Dave Woods came out and attacks him from behind. He would start stomping on the hip. Luckily, it takes after the New Day. But it was too late for them to do anything. You can't even yawn. But actually, the New Day waited for them to have their backs turned and only worry about Rey Mysterio when they were trying to pick him up.